Hello everybody, this is Joel, aka Bourbon Dingo, and welcome to episode 40 of my second series on Let's Play Crusader Kings 2. During the last episode, we were working on taking over England once again, maybe clearing out a bit of, and decided that we were just going to wait on the ability to usurp the title of the Kingdom of England here. And we were actually going to focus on trying to take some of the claims away from Norway on these little isles out here. We're going to try to take up all that we can, add that to the Welsh Empire. At the very end of the episode, however, we had a crash, and if you saw the end of the episode, basically we were up to about November of 1287. But I'm just starting back on the autosave file prior to that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get the clock started again. We got somebody we can attempt to imprison here, but once again I have no real clue why. He's apparently acted dishonorably towards us, but that's the most I can see. So what I'm going to do is, he's in Badajoz, so he's down here somewhere. Duke, he's right there. We're going to send our marshal into Placencia here. We're going to go ahead and attempt to imprison. He's a kinslayer, so he's probably killed someone of our dynasty. We're going to attempt to... see, that's strange. Oh. He's actually residing in Alcantara. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for August 3rd here and move him over there and try to imprison him from there. Since we did have to restart, we no longer have the claim here in Tyrconnell. I do want to take a look at something real fast. Some of the stuff we haven't been looking at here. Our dynasties, you can see this is the Matherfall dynasty. We don't really have a whole lot of area that's the Matherfall dynasty, so... believe we may have... no, that's not us. But as you can see, we're not really that spread out. Go ahead and clear out some of these areas. Or sorry, some of these notifications. That was one thing we were going to check. I do want to check the De Jure Empire. As you can see, the De Jure Empire here is... actually doesn't include any of these islands. Our De Jure kingdoms are slowly eating away these from England, but I think we'll probably end up usurping the Kingdom of England before these completely go over. Alright, we've gained the claim on Tyrconnell. So I'm going to pause, and we are going to bring up our guy and send him over here into Orkney. Alright, we passed through until this time, and I'm going to attempt to imprison him at a 60% chance. Now, there is a high likelihood I may fail this and he'll revolt. But he doesn't like us, and if I can make sure that we replace him with somebody that does, I don't like that I'm doing this to a kinsman, but... alright, we've succeeded in imprisoning him. I can't banish him. I can, however... I also can't revoke titles, that's right. It's not considered a traitor. Alright, coming back up here, the King of England, we have a new King of England, King Jordan. I don't believe I have anybody I can betroth him to. I do have a daughter or two, possibly I can betroth him to. Let's see, we have an 11-year-old daughter. How old is he? Let's see if we can arrange a betrothal between him and one of our children. And he will not take it because of political concerns. Mostly because if I were to marry my daughter off to him, I would be able to invite one of their children back into my domain and take it from them. Which I'm going to do anyway. That much is apparent. But we now have to wait for this war to be over. For the Sheikh Kadyrov Independence War. Once that war is over, we should be able to revoke the Kingdom of England. Alright, let's get him to end his plots. Send him a gift first, I guess, and then get him to end his plot. Alright, and he's agreed to let it be. One thing I will be doing here is watching for when their war is over. Once their war is over, I'll go through and attempt to take even just a couple simple claims from them. Alright, my emperor actually has become stressed. And I don't like that. Hopefully he gets over that relatively quickly. Alright, we got quite a bit of pop-ups here. The only unlanded son we have, and I'm not going to give him anything. Alright, I am falling in love with my wife, apparently. Alright, dialing back over here. Golden Horde is still expanding. Byzantine Empire can't seem to hold them off. Right, my daughter has come of age, and she's a relatively decent daughter. Let's go ahead and see if I can't set up a matrilineal marriage here outside of our... Set him up with a Prince of Norway, possibly. Let's do that. We'll set them up. No, because we're about to declare war on Norway, to be honest. What might be good is to get an alliance with Poland. But he's far too young. He, however, is not. Let's go ahead and set up a matrilineal marriage between them. There's a Dorsetian war on Duke Mimer for Somerset down here. Seems to be quite a bit going on with that war, actually. Alright, we've had a peasant revolt. Swing down here. That peasant revolt may actually go in the way of... Could have possibly, but we went ahead and just took care of it like that. Taking a look, England is still at war. And hopefully that will end relatively soon. Alright, so Duke Coleman here is in prison, and he's asking about an assassination attempt within his realms, but we're going to go ahead and decline him that, because I don't like him. Alright, we're still trying to usurp this kingdom here. Alright, my daughter has apparently had not a very good child, and only had one child and is no longer able to have children. Let's see if we can get her. She is within our court already, so let's just keep it going here. Byzantine Empire seems to be doing a decent little bit of expansion here. Denmark isn't doing too badly. The Ilkhanate is still massive, and still running under the problem that all of these people are all Mongols and completely and utterly loyal to their leader. But yeah, right now our basic weight is just for this war here in England to finish. Try to collect some more claims against Norway, and we'll press those here in a bit. Alright, my daughter just wandered out of the dungeon, and we're going to teach her the right way. And she's become kind. She's actually fairly impressive. There's a large battle going on right now. Alright, the war, which was at 77% before, is currently at 86%. So it's slowly going up in favor of the independence for Lyon. We're going to ask the troubadour who's visiting us again, like last time, if he knows Falkenlead. It's Prince Archbishop Maud of Somerset has usurped the title. Oh. Count of Somerset of Argyll. Not sure what's happening here. Okay, that's Duchess Isabel over here, the one that really disliked us not too long ago, is starting to fancy me. So we're going to go visit her chamber. Okay, and she's fallen in love with us. So she was a Prince Archbishopric, but now she is simply a Duchess. So that's good. And let's pause real fast and take a look at some of our factions we got popping up. The only one we have that's worrisome is about a 16%. I could Radoff here to back off, sending him a gift, possibly. Nope. Not enough to get him up there. Taking a look, we have 5 prisoners. I'm going to find somebody to release. What I find interesting is Countess Shona here has been imprisoned for 13 years, which means I imprisoned her at the age of 1. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and release her. Oh, it just popped up asking us to be merciful. I'm going to pause real fast because I just had a call to war. French-Norman de Jure War, and it would be the Duke Hubert of Normandy is fighting France. And I may join him possibly in the defense, so this is a lot of troops. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the amount of troops I'd be facing. I can field more troops than France can, but I'm not gaining anything from this. I believe I'm going to accept it, but I'm only going to defend myself if attacked. Otherwise, I believe I may not really focus too heavily on this. What I do find interesting is that there is a lot of people that have joined this war against France. Got a little bit of somebody owns something up here, the Barony of Aquahart. Let's go ahead and send a... We've stolen some more technology. Send a nominal force in there to take over that barony. As you can see, they have almost all of their troops in there almost immediately. And it's only one area they're going to be taking over, so they're going to win this battle. And it's disappointing because he's basically been our... There's another war that has just popped up for England, so it appears I'm not going to be getting the ability to usurp this title anytime soon. Not unless I accept their war and go win it for them really quickly. There's a large group of people fighting here. I'll figure out why we got some people fighting. For a claim on Hereford, they're starting to press their own claims into England here. Part of me is very tempted to go ahead and pull in some troops and go try to clear out this large number of soldiers they have there. But I believe I may just let this battle play out. Go ahead and ask him to end his plot. Mostly because I'm not certain that I could actively stop this battle from happening. Alright, we have apparently won some battle, but I didn't take any area. Not real sure what's going on there. Alright, I'm no longer proud. May have something to do with the Count of Oriel is not allowing a revocation here in Ulster. I believe what I may end up doing here is do something as simple as asking the King of England here if he would like for me to go ahead and join his battle. Because if I were to join his battle, I could finish his wars for him relatively quickly. Alright, we have given our nominal support in taking Aquahart. But I believe I am going to go ahead and do that. Actually, I'm going to wait for this battle to be over first. So let's jump our speed up here a bit. Got a bit of money, so I'm going to go ahead and take a look around and start making some purchases and upgrading some of my holdings. Only going to spend out to about 2,000. Alright. And our steward just gave us some more money. It's good, it'll let us keep building up area here. Let's pause real fast because we just had a betrothal pop up. Alright, now I have a vassal inheritance warning, but what I don't understand is that I shouldn't be able to have land pass outside of my realm. So that's a bit strange. I could actively go and claim Poland for my queen. Or, sorry, not my queen. From the queen. I'm not real sure how I'm going to let that play out. Alright, that war is currently over, and we did lose. France has finally cleared out Normandy. Alright, my lover has accused me of loving my spouse Agnes more than her. We're going to buy her an expensive gift that gives us less of a chance of a fallout. Taking a look, my wife did not find out, so that's good. Alright, we're going to drop the speed back down a little bit. I'm going to take a look. They have one battle currently going on, so I'm going to ask them if we can join that war. Actually, I apparently cannot. I had the ability to join the previous one, but I believe that since this is an attack on their part, that I'm just going to have to wait that one out. So let's go ahead and keep the clock rolling. Really, we don't have a lot going on because all I'm doing is waiting on more claims from Norway. Alright, population of Ericina has been changed over to the Catholic faith. Let's see where he is currently at. He's researching cultural texts. Let's send him to convert populace here in Seville. Alright, we have saying someone's a heretic, and we're going to say he's not. Alright, we have a special occasion plan with our lover, but my wife is quite insistent on alternate plans. We can ignore my wife. We're going to go ahead and arrange a ball and invite my lover. Alright, we've gained a second claim. I'm going to go ahead and spend the money on that. We're going to go ahead and continue moving him up here, because what we want is to take as many of these areas as possible. Alright, we have a child that needs a guardian, so let's go ahead and find him someone. I believe I'll have my son train him. Right, Sicily asks why we let that peasant accused from poaching get away. And we're going to say that he needed the deer more than me. And she's become just. Alright, and then she came of legal age. She's actually a fairly decent person altogether. And I think I'm going to marry her off to the... Go ahead and take a look. Matrilineal marriage. We have a Count of Leon here, but he's within our area. Taking a quick look here, I want to see how many children. This would be Prince Hugh of Aragon at the age of 3, along with another prince. They're both twins, and he appears to be the heir. So let's go ahead and set this up as a matrilineal marriage with Aragon. The real goal here is to make sure that we don't attempt to kill. I hope they know Falcon lead. In fact, if we're going to be setting this marriage up, let's see real fast here. An offer to join his war. We're going to accept this because I believe that he is the... No, he is not. Is it heir? I'm running into a bit of an issue here. Was it Aragon? I'm not sure. Aragon appears to be someone different. Kingdom of Aragon? This is the King of Aragon right here. And as we can see, there's many children in front of the inheritance line. I didn't mean to accept that, to get into that war. And as you can see, we're currently in another issue with another holy war. So England itself will likely not fall to us anytime soon. I am partially tempted just to see if there's some we're currently allies in another war, and that's one of the largest issues here. Let's go ahead and pull up some troops, try to see if we can't clear out this war real fast. Largest army they have is about 5,000 troops. Alright, one of my courtiers got into an argument with the stable master, so we went and finished that up. Keep the clock going. Alright, we have a plot to end right there. And he agreed to it. The son-in-law that we had marry my daughter actually passed away, so we do have one child with him, who's actually inherited a claim on Poland, which I heavily doubt we're going to press anytime soon, but it is nice to have should we want to actually mess with it. Right, the war has actually ended inconclusively. So we can go ahead and send our troops back in, dismantle them. Now they have one war here going on. Okay. I just inherited the Duchy of Reged from Duke Tudwalin of Reged, because they had no children before he had passed away. So we'll have to go figure out what it is I actually just inherited. I believe it was only one area up here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the de jure duchies. As you can see, this is supposed to be the Duke of Reged here. I believe so. Yeah, these three. But they're all spread, like, heavily. Actually, it's 4. So let's go ahead and just take a look at our court. Find someone. Let's go ahead and arrange a marriage with one of our daughters here. Turn this into a matrilineal marriage. Alright, and would gain 500 prestige should be the negative we're receiving. It's quite a bit, but alright. My wife has found out, and we can tell her that she doesn't understand that we are in love, or I can break it up. And I'm going to say, you don't understand. We're in love. Because I like having a duchess completely liking me. Let's go ahead and find that daughter we just married off. Her husband, we're going to go ahead and grant County of Westmoreland, the Duchy of Verget, basically completely to him. Alright, clear him out. Get started up again. Disband our troops. Got quite a bit of money floating around. I believe I'm going to... I don't have any new areas I can build in. I could build places for other people, but I'm not sure I'm willing to do that. So let's go ahead and just take a quick gander through all of my holdings and see if I can't upgrade them some more. Build up to a large stone wall in there. We're just going to try to keep up the 2,000 that we have. I'll dip a little bit below it. Let's go ahead and start up again. Take a quick look and see if England is still at war here. And of course they are, because they're back at war with the King of Aragon. They appear like they're going to be at war almost forever. Realistically, they have good reason to be, because the second they're not at war, they're going to be losing their kingdom. I do believe that I'm probably just going to go ahead and possibly attempt to take... Sorry, let's keep that set up. We're going to claim... I can claim York for someone, which would actually work fairly well, I believe, because this will give me... Let's see. They're not of the same dynasty, and I'm not going to get anything beyond... No, that's not worth it. Let's go ahead and just claim a single de jure area. Meanwhile, I'm relatively against taking one area at a time. I do sort of want to go ahead and start getting this stuff taken care of. Where do I want to try here? Let's go ahead and take Lincoln. That'll give me the ability to create York here. So let's declare war for the de jure claim of England. What I'm going to do is pull up only all of my troops to begin with. We'll send them in, and then I'll start taking some additional troops after we've gathered everyone. Like I said, we're going to pull up a few extra troops over here. Go ahead and send them up into Strathern to take care of that. Okay. We have... I'm going to pause real fast because I'm going to come back down. We have converted another area over here, so let's send him into... I did not mean to do that. Let's go ahead and send him into Seville. He was already in Seville. That must have been somebody else that converted it. Okay. Now we need to claim about 10% more. Okay, we have somebody in here claiming all of these areas from England as it stands. Let's go ahead and pull up some troops that are nearby. Send them in to join. And I'm going to go ahead and fairly ignore that revolt here for a little bit. At least until I get some of these guys joined up. I'm going to use this army here to possibly lose a little bit of combat. Just to clear out a few of their soldiers. They had ship of 48 come in and drop about 4,000. And what I'll do is, alright, we have the bigger army here coming now. We've got about 1,000 galleys coming in, or 100 galleys coming in. So let's start watching. As you can see, they pulled up about 13 there. So let's go ahead and, instead of pulling up any more vassal armies, I don't want people getting angry at us. I'm actually going to go ahead and buy one of the larger mercenary armies. We're going to meet that in. Let's go ahead and take care of this heresy before it spreads too far. And what I'm going to do is send these guys in there to take care of that. We're going to send these mercenaries in. And right after they're done taking this area, I'm going to send them up to take on that large army that's just arrived. Alright, and whatever was right here has basically split up. I'm not sure what it was beforehand. Let's keep going. Oh, that's what I was doing. Let's combine this army real fast, and we're going to, I suppose, send it up into Baragos here. Let the clock run for a little bit until we've gotten that siege up here finished. And now, before all of our guys end up dying away, let's go ahead and send some of our own troops at them. Alright, swing down here real fast. Keep watching, because what we're waiting on is for this army to meet this army. Alright, we've won at the cost of not too many of our soldiers, to be honest. But we do want to let them sit around for a short period of time. We're going to finish taking maybe a few of their areas here, since we have them well over the 10-to-1 ratio. We've taken care of a couple of the revolts that have occurred down here. Let's go ahead and finish off this area. And we've gotten to that. Now, I know I currently have one area taken right there, and I could go in and probably clear out some better areas, but what I'm actually doing here is we're going to sit on Lincoln at least until we take the first area, because this is our target. Actually, we're going to see if I can't clear them out real fast. Alright, and I caught them. This should be able to knock down the amount of soldiers they have to a point where they won't be able to assault any of my areas. So we're going to swing them back into here. Alrighty. he is declaring peace with us, so we're going to accept that peace. We can turn around and create the Duchy of York, which we're going to do. We can vote on our successors here. And I can nominate almost anyone. Let's go ahead and nominate myself. Let's clear out a few of these armies that are collecting. And I'm holding onto this new area. To appoint a new spy master who has been appointed, and we're going to send him back into, I suppose, France now, not Normandy anymore. Find someone to give this new area away to. Let's go take a look at our court. Find anyone I can, to be honest. Suppose I might be able to release my son, though I believe he's not going to be in our court anymore once we do this. Basically, his number one problem with us is the inability to press his claims. Alright, we had a small revolt in Dublin. Let's go ahead and join this revolt. Okay, we had somebody else pass away. We are Marshal. We're actually going to now send in just to start retraining some military tech. And I suppose what I'm going to end up having to do is come down here and invite another noble to court. And swing back up here and find that noble. Alright, let's go ahead and arrange the marriage with our other daughter, who is actually already married off. So I suppose we're just going to do a marriage here. As a matrilineal marriage. And grant him the county of Lincoln. So we're going to include the lower titles. So he's also going to get the Duchy of York. Alright, as you can see, we've now taken another area away from England. And I do have a 10-year-long truce with him currently. What I'm hoping for is that this ends their war fairly quickly. I believe I might have missed a short opportunity to take the Kingdom of England away from them. He has lost his areas, most of his areas down here. Alright, and Duchess Isabella's avoided me for some time. And she's ending our relationship, which I've got a little problem with. Alright, pausing real fast, we can take a look and see that Norway here can put out about 1,400 troops. I think I may... Well, I'm going to go ahead and stop the episode now because we were running a little bit long. But I may go ahead and press those claims here at the beginning of next episode. Go ahead and try to pick up and clear up some of this area here in the British Isles. Our number one goal here is to make all of this that pretty orange color. Alright guys, I'm going to let you go. And I will see you during the very next episode. Thanks for watching.